Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? This is Coach Tanya, and this is my Spiritual Awakening Live TV show. So I'm here for about 30 minutes, and each week I talk about something pertaining the spiritual awakening process and the elements that you go through, the things that you face, the signs, the symptoms, how to get out of it, what's important, the truth behind the matter, and so many other things. So I apologize for the dark, but I have not been feeling well lately, so I'm looking a mess. So I am not showing my visuals today. So I do miss Facebook, and I hate that they took off the Facebook Live voice where you can go on live but without having to show yourself all the time. So for those of you who do not know me, welcome to my TV show, my live Facebook show. My name is Coach Tanya K. Austin. I'm the founder of Transformational Coaching Services and the Trauma Recovery Room, which is where you can literally come and find a safe haven for you to let your guard down, be yourself, be real with yourself, and understand what the hell in life is going on, how you can maneuver it, and then walk in your truth. I definitely preach walking in your truth. I have been in my spiritual awakening, and I can absolutely say I've gone through the dark night of the soul. If I actually count back, probably the last 20 years. So if this is just happening to you, sweet pie, you got some ways to go. So some lessons to be learned. But had I had someone along the way to teach me the truth and not religion or not old generational curses that are which guided me for so long, like so many other people, I'm pretty sure my journey of awakening would not have been prolonged or so long. So today's topic, I am absolutely talking about something that so many of us suffer from, so many of us experience, so many of us know about, are familiar about, can resonate with, and it is about emotional poverty. I gotta take a deep breath even saying that, because I know exactly what that feels like. I know exactly what that is. Now, I don't know if anybody else has coined this word, but I'm definitely coining it today if they have not. Emotional poverty. It is when, just like poverty when you're dealing with finances. Poverty, of course, is when you lack that fullness of whatever it is pertaining to money specifically. When you lack that fullness and that ability for you to be able to maneuver the money or maneuver the resources the way you need to, so that you're no longer unsafe or no longer insecure about the ability that the money can pay for or can take care of you on. So if you're in poverty financially, you may need $5,000 a month, but you make $1,000 a month. So you're at a disadvantage in maintaining what it takes for you to sustain your level of comfortability financially. So you're poor. And poverty is actually, to me, a mindset, because what you think you may need because others need it does not mean that that's really what you need. I have definitely experienced eliminating a lot of things that are unnecessary, and going through that journey of my spiritual awakening, cleansing and purifying not only my mindset, but my finances and the way I look at money. So I can no longer have that poverty mindset. A poverty mindset, however, is when you just feel defeated and feel lack, and you're just always going down that path of not enough, or like you don't have enough faith in yourself. You don't have enough belief in yourself. You don't think that you're capable, that you can do this. So you lack that mindset that's wealthy and healthy, in the sense that you're able to pull off the things that you simply say that you can do. So emotional poverty, of course, we know the emotions are those responses that we have based off of how we think about something. It is a feeling that we we obtain or we develop or learn how to have based off of a thought of something, based off of an experience that we have based in our past experiences. So emotional poverty is when we have withdrawn all of the emotional aspects of ourselves from our soul, and we still continue to act as if we are rich in healthy emotions. So we are experiencing emotional poverty if you are not loving yourself and you desperately need love yourself, and you give it away to somebody else. You're in a relationship where you're giving your love that you need, that's barely holding on. You're giving it away to somebody else. That's a place of being emotionally poor. That's emotional poverty. Another way of seeing yourself as emotionally in a state of poverty is just not being able to trust your decisions. When you are lacking in faith in yourself, when you are lacking the trust in your efficiency to pull things off, you are emotionally poor. You are giving out more of your emotions that you need for yourself than you're keeping for yourself. So again, it's just like being poor. Poor people are the richest people. They will spend all of their money acting like they're rich. Same thing with emotions. The most depressed people will front and act like they're the happiest, when instead you should be actually achieving that happiness by tapping into your depression. So emotional poverty can occur from many different ways and reasons. Typically, it comes from it being embedded in you, generational curses, experiencing trauma as a kid, and not having that trauma or that traumatic experience healed at the time that you went through it. For example, my father called me the dumbest child in the world. The dumbest child in the world at 12 years old. And for the next 32 years, I believed that. So I was emotionally poor because I didn't lack the faith or the belief that what I knew to be true about myself, college graduate, 2 degrees from one of the best colleges in the world, graduating with a 3.8 cum laude, but I'm still believing that I'm the dumbest child in the world. And every decision that I decided to make ultimately uttered those words, "Oh, you dumb anyway, so it don't matter." Because I was emotionally poor, I was suffering from emotional poverty in the sense that I didn't have faith in myself to believe what was really true about me. Because my father was emotionally poor. He didn't know how to communicate his anger or frustration a better way. I turned that into something that was wrong with me. And for the next 30 something years, I lived out this false belief system that I had about myself. And it hindered me from achieving everything that I knew deep down that I could. So how do you get rid of emotional poverty and walk towards emotional wealth? So just like a poor person, you seek to be wealthy and money. You do what it takes to reach those riches. You take the steps. You have the attitude. You have the perspective. You have the mindset. You do what you need to do. You follow the path that's placed before you. But the only way you can have that particular path placed before you is to be honest with yourself. So I'm going to give you 5 things that you can do to reach and achieve emotional wealthiness. First, you want to accept your current truth. So if you are not, and just like being poor, if you know damn well your ass ain't got no money, then you need to accept that truth. And then that acceptance of that truth allows you to recreate a new plan, to see things for what they really are. So if you know you're emotionally drained and tired and have nothing else to give, you need to accept that. It's as if you're saying, "I'm sleepy and I need to go to sleep." It's as if you're sleepy and you're fighting it. Sleepy as hell, but no, I can do this. No, your body is saying go to sleep. Your mind is saying you need to be wealthy. Let go of those false beliefs. And how do you do that? By accepting your truth. So if you need to do this thing, own it. Own it. Understand that this is true about you. The reality is, which is the real life you're really living, is you are emotionally poor and you want to fix it. Number 2, you want to seek better. What is out there that's better? Write down some things that are better for you. What better life can you live? Seek that life. Set intentions to take those paths, because again, the path that's placed before you, if you want that to be your path, your divine path, it can only be divine if you set the divine mission for the path to be placed before you. So you can say you're a singer and dancer, but you're really a mommy. You can chase that dream and that career all day long, but you're really unhappy where you need to be. So seek better. Whatever is better for you, you have to tap into your truth to know what that is. So you really have to sit down and be real with yourself and be honest with yourself. If it's not working, it's not working. Let it go. And you may have tried so much and so long, and you're going. That's why we have to be careful with religion, because I know I stayed in many abusive relationships thinking God didn't want me to get no divorce. No, that was not true. No, God didn't want me to be in those marriages. And if you believe in God, you believe in yourself, you believe in your power, you will seek better. So whatever is not right in your life right now when it comes to your emotions, seek better. What is it that you want? Write it down. Seek it. Find a pathway to get you there. Number 3, believe that you deserve it, that you can get it, that it is yours. If you believe it, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That lady in the Bible that just believed that if she just touched his hem, she could be healed. It ain't have nothing to do with Jesus. It had everything to do with her belief in herself. All she knew is her assignment before her was to get there. And she knew where she needed to go. She had a mission. She was dead set on getting there. But in the reality and the truth is, she did it herself. She got up. She did what she needed to do. She believed. All she needed was something to believe. Number 4, trust in the process. If you can trust, that means you have complete and total faith in whatever it is that you're asking to come to you, the provider of that thing. You trust that they will give it to you. And if you believe that you deserve it and that you're worthy of it, the trusting in the process part is not as bad as you can believe. If you can see something better because you know that it's time to get it, and you believe that that better is yours, it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there. It doesn't matter what it looks like. You know that you are worthy of it and that it's coming. Trust me, I have a vision of being cashing literally a $25 million check on my 50th birthday, honey child. I'm 45 and a half. But I believe that I'm going to manifest that. I've been having that vision my entire life now. Granted, I done waited 45 years to start working on it. But I believe in the work that I'm doing. I believe that that's the way for me to get it. But guess what? It might have been in my assignment to take 45, 50 years to get it anyway. The valley and the journey could have been the 45 years. The blessing and the path could be 5. And that's why I tell people you never have to be worrying about wasting time, even though you do at a certain point. But I mean, procrastination sometimes can be healthy. It depends on what the purpose of the procrastination is. Because everything happens for a reason. And if you don't procrastinate and you start something that you're supposed to and you're not ready, it's going to fail. So I would prefer to sit back and wait and see than just go out. And I'm not saying be scared to take chances and leap of faith. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you know you have an issue with procrastination, dig deep and find out why. Sometimes it could be something deeper than you just being lazy and all of that. Anyway, which is a false belief, because that's not procrastination. And then lastly, after you trust that process, number 5, understand the universal law of life. The universe works a certain way. It works in a certain amount of energy has to be exerted into it. Thoughts have to be, thoughts are energy. Our thoughts create our reality. Even religion teaches you that. If you have the faith of a mustard seed, God, which they'll say, will manifest for you. Well, that's the same thing as the universal law. If you have faith in a mustard seed, just believe. And you believe that higher source, which is your universe, which has permission to provide you with everything that you were created to have. So whatever's in your heart is yours. You have a right to have whatever it is. Them $25 million I was talking about, that's mine. It's my birthright. It's mine. I just got to figure out. I had to just figure out that it was my birthright. Now my job is to Work my thoughts, work my hands, work my faith, and be patient as the universe manifests and matches it to me. That's the thing about our dreams and our desires. You are on one end of the spectrum, it is on the other end. The middle part is the universe working. So if it's like a magnet, if you're drawing forward, it's going to mimic you, it's going to pull to you. But if you get out of alignment and pull back, it's going to pull itself back from you. And the universe, in between that space, that time, that energy, is all that's in between you and your blessing, you and your desire. So there's things that you must do. That's why it's important to learn the universal laws, the law of attraction, the law of reciprocity, all of those things. You have to learn the steps. That's how you successfully walk down your path. That's how you successfully know that you're living in abundance. You definitely want to pray or have your mantras ready for you, because prayer and mantras, affirmations. And I'm actually doing this course that I'm talking about with affirmations, because I actually struggled with those affirmations. It felt like I was lying to myself. Then I found out about affirmations, and that felt kind of a little bit more in tune with me. But then I created affirmations. I don't know if anybody else said that. I'm coining these words, but I just, what is the effort that you're willing to put in achieving whatever it is that you want? So you can say millionaire, I am a millionaire, I am rich, but I'm laying on my couch all day. So how much energy do you think the universe is? It's not going to happen. So if you can be realistic with yourself and mention your affirmations, the effort that you're willing to put in, and the affirmations, then when you say your affirmations, you'll feel much more confident. It won't feel like you're lying to yourself. So if you're interested in joining that mantra meditation prayer course that I'm going to be talking about, because it's all talking about the mindset and how we trick ourselves and how the mind works and how you can literally control your mind. We think we can't, but we actually can. There's a part in your body that we control that controls your mind, just like that. So if you're interested in finding out what that is, so you can control stress and anger, definitely let me know below. Like and share this page. Definitely know that there is a way out for you to get out of that state of poverty. If you're interested in booking a free clarity call so we can get clear on what's going on with your life. And I didn't know somebody was on here. I wasn't even looking at my phone. I'm just talking. Hi, how are you? You got to say hello, #live. Let me know you're here. Drop some questions. Let me know your opinions, because I'm taking questions. So if you want to know something, then that's, just ask me some questions. But if you're interested in getting a clarity call, I'm opening up some spots to do 60 minutes free clarity call, so we can get clear on what it is that's keeping you emotionally poor, that's keeping you emotionally trapped, that's keeping you emotionally blocked, and coming up with a plan on how you can get through it, because I know my journey of spiritual awakening. Everything that I'm teaching now, most of it I learned on my own, like literally through personal experience. Like literally, I didn't have anything to fall on. And after I experienced it, then I started to, it became revelatory what those things meant, because I started to learn it more, because I'm good at teaching myself. So because I went through the journey, I now have the duty and the responsibility to transfer and relay it to other people. So if you're interested in getting a free 60-minute virtual clarity call, just to get clear on what's going on in your life. There's my website. Go ahead and book you a 60-minute free. It's free, guys. 60-minute clarity call, just to get clear on what's going on in your life and find out what steps you can take to manifest the goals and the desires that you actually do have. So emotional poverty, again, is when you have withdrawn all of your emotional aspects out of yourself, from your soul, and you still continue to act as if you have rich emotions, which means you're not practicing self-love, which means you're not giving yourself what it is that you deserve, which means you are constantly stripping yourself of what it is that you need to. The cup can't runneth over if you're constantly cutting a hole in the bottom of it. The emotional poverty is you cutting that hole in the bottom of it. And how do you become emotionally poor? There was somewhere in your childhood where trauma destroyed the innocence of your trust in life. And during that time, it was not reversed. It was not rectified. It was not healed. You were not shown that that was not the truth. So because that was your truth, your ego developed a mindset that made you believe that, which means from then on, since it was in your mind, it was in your thoughts, that was the energy you continued to put out into the universe, and it kept manifesting itself, replicating itself, coming back to you energetically. And for you, stripping you of your emotional wealth every time some situation occurred that took you away from the truth about who you really are and the truth about your life. So those poor experiences that you've gone through just confirm what your mindset, your ego has already taught you. But the truth is, beloved, be loved. The truth is, there's a way out of that. And I gave you 5 ways. Number 1, accept your current truth. Be real with yourself. Own it. Once you own it, you surrender your fear and your powerlessness. You become powerful and you are in control. Number 2, seek better. Sit down and find out what you really truly want and find a way to get it. Number 3, believe that it is yours, that you already got it, that you just got to separate yourself between you and the other end of the spectrum, and with the universe in the middle being that provider and that source for you to make sure that you do get it. 4, you want to trust the process. No matter how long it takes, just continue to put in your work and it will come. And number 5, understand the universal law of life. The universal law of life is that there's rules to this shit. No, you can't go to church every Sunday and think you're going to become whatever it is that you ask for. No, you can't be eviling and then think that the universe is going to bless you with stuff. No, you can't do that. No, you can't say, give me life. I'm going to continue to do this and thank you for this day. And you do absolutely nothing. There is a universal law that we all must abide by. And there is a particular time that we're facing right now where that universal law is manifesting itself in physical forms. There is things that are happening that are unexplainable, that people just don't get. People's masks are falling off. Your mask is falling off. My mask fell off. The truth is being revealed because it is that time, beloved. It is that time. And we definitely have to erase the thought of us not having enough wealth in our minds so that we can achieve wealth in our worlds. Change your mind, change your world. Your thoughts create your reality. What do you really want your life to look like? What is it that you really need to do to achieve that? Answer those questions, beloved. So what I need you to do for your homework assignment today, take the 5 tips and make them real to you. Make them real to you. Make them real to you. So make a list and insert those 5 things and how your life can be a part of it. Of each one. So that's definitely your homework assignment for today, for this week. For those of you who did not pay, this class is actually not free. So I'm going to ask you to be kind and rewind can Cash App my donation or PayPal. I know everybody doesn't have Cash App. Yeah. So if you want to book a free session, go ahead and do that. You can also do it on my appointment site. And make sure you check out my appointment site. And also I have a quiz that will help you to determine if you are going through your spiritual awakening process. So there are some signs and symptoms that you may be experiencing, like depression, excessive loss over things changing in your life, and you just not feeling up to par, and you being lost and not knowing what to do. Take this quiz. It's a quick quiz. And see if you are in a spiritual awakening. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Like and share this. Invite or tag a friend. If you catch the live, mention it. And drop an emoji. If you're here for the replay, hashtag replay. And drop an emoji. And that's all I have for today, guys. And make sure you tag a friend. So, I am your girl, Coach Tanya. And this is my Spiritual Awakening Live TV show. I'll see you next Wednesday at noon. And we will talk about another topic that gives you spiritual enlightenment and gives you clarity on the path placed before you. See you next week. Bye.